time to get funky because we're going to be ranking Melechesh albums. Mesopotamian metal. Assyrian? Not Syrian. Assyrian. We're talking about this band from Jerusalem. Absolutely unique band in the black metal genre. Every album is pretty funky. Every album is pretty fun. I'm going to rank them in a tier list from C to S. C being average, okay, fine. B being pretty good, A, amazing, and S, super, super good. You know how tier lists fucking work. It goes in ascending order. I had to think about that then. Yeah, ascending order goes up like a rocket. Red rocket. Yeah, we're going to be doing Melechesh ranked, and I want to hear your guys' opinions, so let me know how you'd rank this band down below. They are very unique, very interesting, very tribal, almost, in their own kind of way, not like Gujira. I would say it's more like Nile. It has that kind of feel, but it's not Egypt. You know, it isn't Egypt. It does have its own sound, its own identity, which comes later in the discography. But there's some albums you just love because you love them. So yeah, let's rip the band-aid off and go straight in with the ranking. It looks like Jinn is up first, even though As Jerusalem Burns is the first one. So I kind of order these in because it says Jerusalem Burns, then it was Jinn, then it was Sphinx. Ooh, there you go. Then Emissaries, then Epigenesis. I forgot how to fucking say it. Epigenesis. There we go. I've got it up there. Metal Archives. Then Enki. So, how are we going to do it? We're going to do from left to right. Yeah. We'll just do it in random order, actually. We'll do it in random order. Let's go with Epigenesis first, which is a album that is lauded by many. People love it, and I think it's a very good album. I do think it's a very good album. I don't love it like some people, but I think it's very good, higher than average, and every time I put it on, the melodies, the tunes, you just want to dance to it. It is a funky album. Do I like it more than Emissaries? We'll see. We'll see later in the list. But yeah, Epigenesis, really good songs, a lot of long songs. I mean, it's over an hour and 11 minutes. The title track, very cool. A couple of instrumentals, which are okay. The very first song, Ghouls of Nineveh, is a really cool way to kick off the album. Sound is really crisp and nice. But this is the style of Melechesh. I think I prefer the earlier sound. You know, I think I prefer the earlier sound to this sound. But this sound is still unique, and I know a lot of people who love, you know, technical, not really, I guess technical, melodic, black metal, stuff like that would get a kick out of this album and the next one. For me, though, B tier for Epigenesis. I think it's pretty damn good. If this is the first album you heard by them, you could probably say it's the best. For me, B. Let's go random again. Let's go with Sphinx. Where am I going to put Sphinx? This has got to be S, right? Sphinx is an absolute powerhouse of an album. This just takes everything from the debut. And the debu's a lot more black metal. I'll get to that soon. It's a lot more black metal. It kind of fits in with the whole second wave. Kind of like, I don't know, Psy's debut, you know what I mean? Where Psy kind of went crazy later on and more avant-garde and experimental. Melechesh is the same way. The first one is, you know, stripped back. But then, you know, from Jinn onwards, they kind of found their own identity, and Sphinx is just a perfect culmination of that identity. The songs hit hard, the riffs crush. It is a fantastic album. Of Mercury, fucking banger. Secrets of Sumerian Sphinxology, which that sounds like I'm saying sphincter. Sphincterology is an absolute banger. I love most of these songs. Tablets of Fate. Caravans to is a really cool instrumental at the end. Purified to the Stars. Oh, there's too many good songs on this album. And I love the artwork as well, because it is a Mesopotamian Sphinx, Assyrian Sphinx, whatever it is, compared to like the ancient Egyptian Sphinx. So I think that's really cool. Sphinx, that's really cool. Yeah, this is an absolute banger and a great way to kick off, you know, I guess it kind of started with Jinn, really, and the style, but I think it's perfected on Sphinx. I talked about it, Jinn. Where's Jinn gonna go? Ooh, Jin is gonna go. Ooh, A. I like Jin quite a bit. I do like Jin quite a bit. It has a similar kind of dark, evil sound as the debut. It kind of ramps up the weirdness, more identity, but I feel like the songs just aren't as strong as on Sphinx or as in some others. Let's talk about Jin. The Whispers from the Tower is just a little intro to get into it, but Genie, Sorcerers, and Mesopotamian Knights, I feel like kind of overstates its welcome after a while. After a while I was kind of like, eh. But then I think I really like a lot of the other songs. War Jin, amazing. Rub the Lanterns, cool. Oasis of Molten Gold. Like, Dragon's Legacy, like, I like a lot of these songs, but I just feel like it just doesn't perfect it, in my opinion. It's a bit slower of an album, even though, you know, it's less time than Epigenesis. I don't know, it's a bit slower of an album, but I think the songs do hit, and they hit pretty hard, but it's not Sphinx, you know? It's not Sphinx. Next up, let's talk about Enki. Enki is going to C for me, the very latest one, and it just feels a bit too polished. I don't know, it feels a bit too different of a sound for them. I haven't talked about the drumming. The drumming in this band is fucking insane, starting with Prescriptor. What a fucking legend. Holy shit, the drums are crazy, makes you want to tribal dance around like... Oh, so good. But he fell off after Sphinx. But yeah, no, Enki is okay. When I was listening to it, I was like, it has the hallmarks of everything I like, but it's just kind of overly polished and overly nice. It kind of lacks the grit of some of the earlier albums. So, yeah, it's alright. And the first song of the album, it's pretty good. Carries on Lost Tribes is really good. The title track's pretty good. It's just, when I'm going to grab a Melechesh album, it's not going to be Enki. It is my least favourite in the entire discography, and I just think the previous one does it way better. You know, the previous couple do it way better. Now, with that said, let's go on to what we're going to do next. Emissaries. Emissaries is here in A. Top of A. I like it more than Jin. Or do I put it in S? It's very hard. I do. Emissaries was my intro to this band, and I love it so much. So I could put it in A+, but I'm gonna put it in A. Top of A though. This got me into the band. This hooked me because, yeah, they lost Prescriptor, but they added something just different. This is the catchiest album. The Emissaries is the catchiest Melechesh album. It's probably the best place for newcomers, because it was for me. Every song on Emissaries fucking slaps. Rebirth to the Nemesis, if that doesn't hook you in, fucking nothing will. Ladders to Sumeria. I love pretty much all these albums. And there's not giant long instrumentals, just a little couple of ones. I absolutely love this album. I really want to put it in S, but Sphinx just, I don't know, it has more grit. And next up, compared to that, is As Jerusalem Burns. Al-Intisar. You can never say it. This is my favourite. Yeah, I said Sphinx is the perfect combination of their sound, and it kind of is, but As Jerusalem Burns stands on a pedestal. For me, like, it stands on its own as just absolute fucking fire, and it's quite low down on the scores. For most people, a lot of people have it last because it doesn't sound like Melechesh. A lot of people have it lower, but for me, this is fucking flawless. I have no qualms with this album in the slightest. The sound is grittier than all of them. The sound is darker than all of them. It fits in nicely with the second wave. Like, came out in 94, I'm pretty sure. I'll say 96. But yeah, just, the album cover's the best. The music's the best. I fucking love it. Like, one instrumental, 30 seconds, and another one, 2 minutes. Doesn't have fuckloads of instrumentals in. Every song is fairly short and concise. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. I know there's a 9 minute here, Assyrian Spirit, but it's fucking golden. Doesn't overstay its welcome. If you say, I know I said it kind of started with Jin onwards, the signature sound, but this has that kind of Mesopotamian sound in the music, but also keeping it as like a dark second wave black metal album, which just to me floors all the others. It's fucking... This is the album to get if you like that kind of black metal. You know what I mean? This is the album to get, because it's experimental, but it's just still unrelenting, brutal, and I fucking love it. As Jerusalem Burns. What a fucking sick album title as well. These two are phenomenal. This is very close. This one's very good as well. So these four, fantastic. This one's pretty good. This one's take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. So that is my ranking for Melechesh. Do you agree? A lot of people seem to not like As Jerusalem Burns, but they can suck a fat one. I think it's the best. Let me know your list down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.